Once upon a time, there lived a young, kind and hardworking woman named Ada, who lived in a small village. She had a child, but nobody knew who the father was. The villagers accused her of being a prostitute because they didn't believe her when she said she was attacked and abused by a masked man. Her stepmother mistreated her, so she left the village and went to the city to find work. She worked very hard to provide for her child. Ada was treated badly by many men in the city who gossiped and spread rumors about her. But Emeka was different from the others. He was kind and caring towards Ada, and they became very close friends. Even though people talked negatively about them, they didn't let it affect their friendship and continued to support each other. Emeka and Ada's friendship eventually turned into a romantic relationship. They fell in love and became each other's source of comfort and strength. Emeka was always there for Ada, supporting her through difficult times. One night, Emeka told Ada a secret he had kept hidden for a long time. He told her he was from the same village as her, which surprised her greatly because she thought he was a stranger. Ada was moved to tears when she realized that fate had brought them together. Emeka asked her to follow him to their village to see his parents. Ada was worried that Emeka's parents would not accept her because she had a child out of wedlock. Emeka wiped away her tears and promised to love and support her no matter what. So, Ada agreed to go with Emeka to their village. However, she was still scared about how Emeka's family would treat her and her child. She wondered if they would be kind to her or judge her like others in the village. Ada felt nervous and excited as they arrived at Emeka's family home in the village. When they entered the compound, Emeka's parents greeted them warmly. Their faces lit with joy on seeing their son return home after a long time. When they saw Ada, they recognized her and looked surprised and worried at the same time. Ada, Emeka's mother, said, and then she lowered her voice and whispered, "Is he shitty girl who?" Before she could finish her sentence, Ada immediately felt ashamed. She lowered her head, feeling judged once again. Emeka stepped forward. His voice was steady and clear as he addressed his parents. "Yes, mother, father, Ada is the same girl you remember, but she's so much more than the rumors have said. She's the woman that I love." There was a tense silence as they heard his words. Ada felt very anxious, not knowing how his parents would react to the news. Emeka's parents were visibly upset by his words, and his mother, displaying clear anger, shouted, "How dare you bring this woman into our home? Emeka!" She spat out, "You have brought shame upon our family. You know very well what the villagers think of her. How can you be so blind to her faults?" Emeka's father was silent. His disapproval was obvious. "Son, we understand that you have feelings for her, but this is not the right way to go about it. Think about our family's reputation. It is not worth risking everything for a woman like her." Ada knew Emeka's parents would never accept her, but hearing their rejection still pained her. But Emeka stood firm in his love for Ada. "Mother, father, I know that you do not understand my feelings for her, but please, try to see her for who she is. She has faced so many hardships in life, but she has never given up. She's a strong and kind woman, and I love her for who she is. not for what the villagers say about her. Emeka's mother still disapproved of the woman he wanted to bring into their family. She believed that the woman has caused trouble for herself and others and didn't want her to be a part of their family. Emeka's parents didn't like Ada, but Emeka refused to stop loving her. He told his parents that he would make sure Ada was happy, even if it meant going against their wishes. Emeka kept having issues with his family members because his mother didn't like Ada, even though Ada was trying her best to be kind and win her over. The situation was tensed and everyone was uncomfortable. One fateful day, as Ada was tending to her chores, Emeka's parents summoned them both to the family living room. With sense of fear and anticipation, Ada followed Emeka into the living room, her heart beating very fast. They saw another woman standing before them, dressed traditionally with a serious expression. Emeka's father said that they had made a decision about what would happen in Emeka and Ada's future. "We have arranged a marriage for you, Emeka," his father continued, gesturing towards the woman before them. "This is Nkechi, the daughter of our dear friend. We believe she would make a suitable match for you, one that will bring prosperity to our family." Ada was shocked when she heard his words. She begged Emeka not to stand up for her, but he was adamant and unmoving. Emeka was shocked. He felt angry and frustrated and overwhelmed by his emotion. How could they detect the cause of his life? Why would they force him to abandon the woman he loved? These and many thoughts ran through Emeka's mind. He got really angry with his parents and spoke to them in a loud and firm voice. "You want to know the truth?" Emeka's voice rang out. "I am the father of Ada's child." The people in the room were shocked and started whispering loudly when they heard Emeka's confusion. Emeka's parents were confused and they looked very upset and surprised. Emeka knelt down before Ada amidst the chaos, his eyes showing deep remorse and desperation. "Ada, please forgive me," he pleaded, his voice shaking with emotion. "I have carried this burden for far too long, and I can no longer bear the weight of my sin. I'm the one who hurt you years back, the masked man who caused you so much pain." Ada was shocked to hear Emeka's confession. She couldn't believe that the person she loved had been the cause of her pain. Tears streamed down Ada's cheeks as she struggled to process what Emeka just said. Emeka's parents were shocked and they froze in their seats. His mother spoke to him with a trembling voice and her hands shaking. "Emeka, is this true? Have you really deceived us all this time?" Emeka nodded, his head bowed in shame. "Yes, mother. I can no longer hide from the truth. I have wronged Ada in many ways that I can never undo, and I am prepared to face the consequences of my actions." As Ada heard Emeka's confession the second time, tears continued to stream down her face. She recoiled from Emeka. Emeka tried to reach out to her, his voice trembling with remorse. "Ada, please forgive me. Please." But Ada could not find it in her heart to forgive him. Not after the pain she went through and the mockery she passed through in the hands of the villagers. Without a single word, Ada turned away from Emeka and his parents, her heart heavy with sorrow and disappointment. She carried her son in her arms and made her way into their room. Emeka's parents begged Ada for forgiveness, their voices filled with regret and sorrow. But Ada ignored their pleas. Her mind was consumed by the pain of Emeka's betrayal. In silence, Ada packed her belongings and carried her son. Her heart was heavy with grief, despair, and she felt betrayed. With one last glance at Emeka and his family, Ada turned her back and went out without looking back. She left without leaving a clue of her whereabouts. No one in the village heard from Ada again. She left behind memories of broken hearts and lost love. And though Emeka and his family searched far and wide for her, their efforts were in vain. When Emeka confessed, everyone in the village heard it and couldn't believe their ears. They felt very sad. Ada's stepmother, who had once doubted her stepdaughter's innocence, now found herself consumed by regret and remorse. She wept bitterly, disturbed by the memory of the pains she inflicted on Ada, the daughter she had failed to protect. The whole village was sad because Emeka had deceived them. They didn't believe Ada before, but now they knew she was telling the truth. They felt very upset about how unfair and cruel they had treated her. Emeka, who was once a respected individual, but with what he did, people lost faith in him, and now the villagers thought poorly of him. His reputation was permanently damaged. He was shunned by his neighbors and ostracized by his friends. His name tarnished by his evil deeds. But perhaps the greatest punishment of all was the burden of the guilt that Emeka carried within his heart. He was haunted by the knowledge of the pain he had inflicted on Ada, the woman he had claimed to love. And though he sought redemption for his sins, he knew that forgiveness would never come easy. The moral lesson of this story teaches us valuable lessons. Don't judge people based on rumors or hearsay. Ada was judged and mistreated by villagers because of rumors. No one tried to find out the truth. True love requires sacrifice and courage. Emeka was willing to go against his family's wishes to be with Ada, and Ada was willing to face her fears to go with him to the village to meet his family. But most importantly, relationships built on lies and secrets will surely collapse one day, because nothing is hidden under the sun. Do not comfort people who you claim to love with lies, for when truth is revealed, all the trust will be lost.